Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, an update on the investigation in California of a fire that engulfed a warehouse and killed several inside. Crews are still on scene working through the night. The Oakland mayor confirming that just minutes ago that the death toll is now at 33. ABC's Danya Bacchus has the latest.
Sunday morning, the agony setting in for family and friends who are desperate to hear from their loved ones.
She's not answering her phone, he's not answering his phone, and no one can get in contact with them. And I tried calling, and it's not like her to not respond to a text.
Authorities saying most victims became trapped on the second floor when the only way out, a stairwell made of wooden pallets, was overtaken by flames.
Within the center of the building, we almost immediately found 4 victims. And within 10 feet of those 4 victims, we found 6 more.
For the second day, authorities sift through the rubble of a 4,000-square-foot warehouse known as the Ghost Ship, a space illegally turned into artist studios and a virtual death trap for partygoers Friday night.
For young people to lose, or anyone else to lose their lives that way, it was preventable.
Just last month, authorities in Oakland started an investigation after numerous complaints of trash and people living illegally in the building. One Oakland City Council member saying the owner needs to take responsibility.
He owns the facility. He clearly knew, he knows what the permit process is. He knows what the fire code is. He knows what the building code is, and he was negligent.
Authorities still have not determined a cause and say the investigation and search efforts could go on for days. Danya Bacchus, ABC News, Oakland.
And Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf says prosecutors are treating this as a criminal investigation. Authorities say DNA will be needed to identify the bodies. Officials have asked family members of those feared dead to preserve any DNA evidence they may have, including hair or toothbrushes. A mobile home community in Bradenton is rocked by an explosion early Sunday morning as a property went up in flames. It happened around 4 a.m. at the Trailer Estates community in Bayshore Gardens. Firefighters believe the source of the explosion was oxygen tanks that the homeowner had by his bedside. First responders say smoke alarms saved that man's life as he was able to wake up and leave before the explosion. He was treated for minor smoke inhalation and no other injuries are being reported at this time. A total of 4 fire engines, 1 ambulance, and 2 sheriff's deputies responded to the blaze.
If it were me, and I'm in good health, you know, the trauma of it all is just, the thought is overwhelming.
The cause of that fire is still under investigation. At this time, they do not believe arson is involved, more likely a careless act like a short circuit or a stovetop that might have been left on. The investigation continues into a shooting in Bradenton today. Manatee County deputies were called to a home in Bradenton on 26th Avenue East, finding a man with a gunshot wound to his upper body. He was quickly taken to the hospital, but deputies say his injuries are not life-threatening. No arrests have been made at this time. Now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our local weather today. Wendy?
Adam, it was warm today. Today we got our highs back up into the mid-80s. Can you believe it? And right now at 77 degrees, we have fair skies all across the region. And we also have moderate dew point, moderate humidity with those winds coming in right off the Gulf of Mexico at 7 miles per hour. The rain is still away from us, but maybe just by one day. So we are starting to see our chances for rain going up. We need the rain. This is a good thing. So you can see these showers forming around New Orleans and now moving into the panhandle of Florida. And we may get some of these showers coming on in by tomorrow. We're all hoping for rain because we could use it. We'll let you know what our chances are going to be as the week approaches. That's all coming up in just a few minutes, Adam.
All right, thank you, Wendy. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says it is blocking the route of the Dakota Access Oil Pipeline in North Dakota. A spokesperson says the administration won't allow the 4-state pipeline to be built under the lake where construction has been on hold. A representative of Civil Works says her decision was based on the need to explore alternative routes for the pipeline's crossing. The route has been subject to months of protests by the Standing Rock Tribe and others. And protesters here on the Suncoast are a few of the many standing with Standing Rock. They say they are fighting to protect the land and the water of millions of people. Answer Coalition, Peace Center, the American Indian Movement all took part in a fundraiser today to benefit water protesters.
And yes, we continue to stand up for our rights and for our people and for the right to have our homes safe and our burial lands safe. I mean, we've already had burial grounds destroyed by this pipeline.
Many of those in attendance today spoke about their experiences after visiting Standing Rock. A local homeless man now has housing after 9 years of living on the street, but could this impact a federal lawsuit that he's a part of? ABC 7's Kate Flexter spoke to that man today and joins us now with his story. Kate?
Thanks, Adam. David Cross is one of 6 plaintiffs suing the city of Sarasota in what could be a potentially precedent-setting case.
For 9 years, David Cross was homeless. His only break from reality, reading books at the public library.
It is an escape because you get, like myself, you get into the book. You become a character of this book.
But 9 years and many books later, David Cross now has a home.
A new beginning, a new life.
Which he got through a federal voucher program with some help from the Sarasota Police Department and the Salvation Army.
Don't know where to begin.
And from couches to coffee mugs, Cross outfitted his new home this week.
You know, this is a great thrill for me, you know, that this happened so quickly. And even though I'm opposed to the city, I am very grateful to them for providing all this for me.
That opposition Cross is referring to is a federal lawsuit against the city of Sarasota, which claims Sarasota's rules for panhandling and lodging are unconstitutional. The city denies those claims. Cross is the lead plaintiff in the case, represented by civil rights attorney Andrea Mogensen.
If we reach out with a helping hand rather than criminalizing, where we can get people off the streets and where they need to be, if they can maintain that, our problems will be reduced.
The big question, though, is if Cross's new living status could impact the case. Mogensen says this changes nothing.
So while this is a great step for Mr. Cross and for the community, we need to keep working in these ways to make sure that, you know, we're not criminalizing the people who are unable to take advantage of programs like this.
For Cross, this case has always been bigger than just him. And now that he has a home, he says even more so.
It's for everyone out there. I've just gotten what I wanted. Now it's for them.
The city says this is a big win for everyone involved, but says there's still a lot of work to be done in terms of the Housing First initiative. Reporting live in Sarasota, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Kate. And an update now on the Dylan Roof trial. The man charged with the murder of 9 parishioners at a South Carolina church wants to stop acting as his own lawyer, at least for now. Roof filed the request today after being granted permission to represent himself from a judge in his 2015 June case. The 22-year-old asked that the judge bring back his defense team for the guilt phase of his federal death penalty trial, which begins this week in Charleston. And then after that phase of the case, he plans to go back to defending himself. Roof's former defense team expressed concern Friday that he may not present evidence that could sway a jury to spare his life. And today marks the funeral of the late Cuban leader Fidel Castro. His ashes were mounted on a caravan that toured Santiago de Cuba, Castro's birthplace. And meanwhile, in Miami, Cuban exiles say that today's funeral grants neither simple closure or optimism for immediate change, but there is a glimmer of hope for democracy in Cuba. President Obama is making a stop in Florida in the final weeks of his presidency. The White House announcing that President Obama will meet with active duty service members at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa on Tuesday. MacDill is home of the U.S. Special Operations and U.S. Central Command. The president is also expected to deliver remarks on the counter-terrorist campaign. Still to come here on ABC 7, a Bradenton church attracting celebrities from around the country, and a retired professional athlete sharing his story of sin and redemption. That story when we return.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
The amount that they're used to seeing a response with in, say, more typical overdose patients with heroin or even fentanyl is just not, it's not being effective with the carfentanil patients.
Synthetic forms of heroin are claiming dozens of lives here on the Suncoast, and even Narcan can't always save the overdose victims. I'm Alan Cohn. What's the answer to these deadly opioids?
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Black Friday's biggest deals are still here. That's right, the Black Friday sales event is going strong at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough enough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the technology and comfort you'd find in a luxury vehicle. Right now, get over 20% off. That's up to $15,000 off a new Ram 1500. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Well, as usual, Ed Smith Stadium has been pretty quiet during these fall months, but today the field was home to a large crowd, runners and their families gathering at Ed Smith Stadium this morning to come out and support Save Our Seabirds and the Baltimore Orioles. The annual Run for the Birds event featuring a 5K and 1-mile fun run. Save Our Seabirds' mission is to rescue, rehabilitate, and release sick and injured wild birds and also educate the community.
It's our second annual. We hope to grow it every year. And so, you know, it's about getting out here and having a good time, but also raising awareness about what we do at Save Our Seabirds. You know, we rescue, rehabilitate, and release sick and injured birds every day. And, you know, that's just so important to the environment.
ABC 7's own chief meteorologist Bob Harrigan emceed the event. And the Source Church in Bradenton, no stranger to celebrities. Just several weeks ago, Dog the Bounty Hunter came out to share his life views and faith with the Bradenton community. But today, another star has graced morning services. It was Darryl Strawberry, a former major leaguer. Major League Baseball player, a right fielder with the New York Mets. He helped them to a World Series championship in 1986 and the New York Yankees to 3 World Series championships. But he was also suspended 3 times from the game for substance abuse, leading to what some might say was unfulfilled potential. Well, now Strawberry is an ordained minister and author looking to spread his life lessons learned.
That's what church is all about, is being able to make a difference in people's lives and to let them know that they matter. It's exciting, you know, it's exciting. Of course, it's challenging, but it's exciting to be able to know that you have a platform that you can help people.
Strawberry spoke at 2 services today, spreading his message of hope, speaking about his enormous talent, fame, and then redemption. Well, today marked the annual Surges Stomp in the Swamp Myakka River Jam, pulling out some of the community. In a celebration of Florida, the event features live music, a Florida-style cuisine menu, and book signings by a popular local author. The theme of the musical show, lay back, kick back, and enjoy Florida.
I read Tim Dorsey's books, so and I bought his latest book at the beginning of the year, and I came over to get him to sign it for me. It's the third time I've met him, so I've got 3 signed books by him now.
Tim Dorsey is a best-selling Florida author with over 19 published titles. And good for him for doing so. So Wendy, you and I were talking a warmer day today, but it may not last here in Florida.
Oh my
Is that
goodness,
correct?
it is all good things must come to an end, Adam, and that is exactly what's going to happen. Today we had a high of 85 degrees after an overnight low of 63, so it was a very warm start to the day for this time of the year, and it certainly ended up being a very warm day overall. Normally we're at 75 and 56. But you can see we did not set a record. That was set back in 1994 with 86 degrees. And right now, temperatures all around the state are in the 70s. Down to our south, we still have some 80s at this hour. Around Naples, Fort Myers at 79 degrees. Our viewing area, we're looking at temperatures mostly in the 70s, but we still have 77 in Sarasota, Mayaca City, and Parrish, all reporting 77, 78 degrees in Bradenton. A little bit cooler as you move on towards the east. And of course at the water, temperatures are in the low 70s as well. Overnight tonight, we're going to be seeing our temperatures down into the upper 60s once again. So it's going to be another mild night tonight, comparatively speaking. And we do have rain that's situated across the panhandle of Florida. We've been watching a cold front moving across the areas of Mexico, and now it's getting closer to us. And it's that potential that's going to be around for us tomorrow with a 40% chance of showers expected to move into the area. So we've got these rains here already making an impact across parts of Florida, but we've got a whole bunch more rain that could be moving in our direction, and we certainly could use the rain. So that would be a good thing to see happen. So here's the cold front that's expected to come through here on Tuesday. We have Tuesday for this front to come through. It's going to help to bring about these showers, but once the frontal system passes by, then by Wednesday we see plenty of sunshine once again. On Thursday, the next front starts to come on through. That will give us another opportunity for some showers, and by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's when we're going to see some of the coldest weather of the season so far. So all this cold weather has been bottled up here across northern Canada, and it's all moving down across the country and is expected to get into our area by Saturday morning. So we should be seeing our temperatures in the 40s and 50s for overnight lows. It's definitely going to be chilly. So for tomorrow, in advance of this front, it's going to be mostly cloudy and breezy. Now we've got the chance of showers both Monday and Tuesday with a 40 to 60% chance in the forecast. And by Friday, it's going to be much colder. In fact, this is what it's going to look like over the next several days. So be prepared. Know where your jackets are. You are going to need them. We're going to stay in the upper 70s all the way through Wednesday, but then that next cold front comes on in, and we'll only see a high in the low 60s on Friday, with our overnight lows dropping down into the 40s. Adam?
Now, sports.
The Buccaneers playing pretty good football right now. That playoff talk certainly heating up in Southwest Florida, and today they face a tough test on the road in San Diego. Quarterback Jameis Winston has emerged as the clear leader of this Buccaneers team, and the Tampa Bay secondary battling some injuries, and it would show early on. First Chargers drive, Phillip Rivers hitting Dontrell Inman. Inman slips another defender and takes it in for 6. On the ensuing Bucs possession, Winston on play action looking for Mike Evans. He is picked off by Casey Hayward, league-leading 7th interception for the Chargers cornerback. Then later on in the second quarter, after a 4th and 1 conversion, Winston bouncing back with a nice pass to tight end Cameron Great, who high points that ball, leads to a Roberto Aguayo field goal, and the Bucs currently down 4 entering the 4th quarter. Tampa Bay Lightning are on the road in Raleigh today, taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. That game entering the 3rd period right now. Jonathan Drouin ruled out before this game with an undisclosed injury. The score in this one, no score. It's 0-0. One day after Championship Saturday, the College Football Playoff Committee has spoken, and for the first time in the playoff era, they have allowed a team in without a conference title. It's Ohio State, after much debate, in at number 3 ahead of Penn State, the team that handed them their only loss and won the Big Ten championship in Hollywood fashion yesterday against Wisconsin. The Buckeyes will meet number 2 Clemson at the Fiesta Bowl in Glendale, Arizona, and Alabama, who is playing in their 3rd straight playoff, will play Pac-12 champion Washington in Atlanta for the Peach Bowl. Both of those games on December 31st. And Gators fans won't have to go far to see their team this bowl season. Florida will make its 5th appearance in the Outback Bowl at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The Gators set to play the Iowa Hawkeyes, also making their 5th trip to the Tampa Bowl game. Both teams are 8-4, and this will be the 4th time they meet on the gridiron. That game is scheduled for 1 o'clock, and tickets are currently on sale through Ticketmaster. And here's what Bowl President Jim McVay had to say about the matchup.
We like big-time, tradition-rich teams that are successful. That's the Iowa Hawkeyes, that's the Florida Gators. These teams are well coached, they have a lot of pride, and they're going to show up on January 2nd.
Some more bowl matchups announced today. Florida State will take on Michigan in the Orange Bowl. Florida State won the last head-to-head matchup between these two in 1991. That game is December 30th. And then in Orlando, a former Big East rivalry, Miami and West Virginia set to headline the Russell Athletic Bowl on December 28th. West Virginia 17th in the country following a 10-win season. And after finishing in the AP Top 25 for the first time since 2011, the University of South Florida playing in the 6-6 South Carolina Gamecocks in the Birmingham Bowl on December 29th. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC 7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC 7, your Suncoast News on the go.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Download ABC 7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now, during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
Two kids in Sarasota County celebrating their birthdays this weekend in very special fashion. Instead of making the day about themselves, they're honoring Sarasota County canines who put their lives on the line every day. 9-year-old Michael and 7-year-old Anna Kate hosting the party for the pups. Guests were asked to bring toys for the dogs and provide donations for the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office Canine Medical Fund.
Today was really fun. So far, it's really cool what the things I learned about. Whenever a person touches a thing, the dog can just track down the scent, and when the thing falls in the grass, it makes a stronger odor.
The Sarasota Sheriff's Canine Unit performed all kinds of exercises, and families were not only able to celebrate, but learn a little bit more about the dogs who help out our community as well. A Bradenton tradition is back. The Bradenton Blues Fest wrapping up today on the riverfront. Top blues artists from the area come together to perform by the river.
What we try to do is we have a variety of musicians that come out and play something for everyone. So you may come for one band, but then there's another band that you hear that you never knew that you're like, oh my gosh, I really enjoy that. So you find something new. So we try to do a variety for everyone.
The proceeds from the Bradenton Blues Festival support Realize Bradenton's youth, art, and music programs, along with the Blues in the Schools program. And finally tonight, there are dozens of different types of cookies, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, snickerdoodle. I could go on and on all night. We are celebrating all varieties because it is National Cookie Day. Many locations on the Suncoast are celebrating. Whole Foods is honoring the day by selling chocolate chip cookies for 25 cents each, but there is a limit of 3 per customer.
Oh, no, no limit.
Yeah, I know. So what you got to do is you got to go there, get your cookie, and then start bouncing around and find all the other deals around the Suncoast.
But what a great day.
Yeah, I mean, anything at Whole Foods for 25 cents?
Yeah,
amazing.
Pretty good. That is amazing.
Go get it.